Hi every respected member, how is your day going, guys? Hello everybody. Hi there, so this, how are you? So this, thank you for your joining, respected. Sudas, how are you? Sudas, how are you, dear Sudas? Thank you for your joining, respected. Sudas, how are you, dear Sudas? Thank you for your joining. Rafi, how are you, dear Rafi? How are you, respected Rafi? Thank you for your joining, dear Rafi and Sudas. Thank you for your joining. How are you, dear? A lot of love and respect for your joining. Double tapping the screen, stay connecting with me, and also you should have to write your names, your friend's name. Thank you for your joining, my dear. I have a lot of love and respect for your joining. Hurry up, everybody, to write your name in the chat. Join right away. Thank you for your joining. Thank you, my dear. A lot of love and respect for you joining, dear Rafi and Sudas. Thank you for connecting with me, and thank you so much for watching my screen. You are all are very respectable. Just stay connecting with me and write your names, write your friends' names, and yeah, you should also have to write the lovely names in the chat. Thank you for you joining, my dear. Horia, how are you? Tomorrow is my birthday. Oh, happy birthday to you, my dear. How are you, pretty Hor? Thank you for your joining, dear Hor. How are you, pretty Hor? Thank you for your joining. Subhan, how are you, dear Subhan? How are you, Subhan? Thank you for your joining, dear Subhan. A lot of love and respect for your joining, my dear. Rishi, hi dear Rishi. How are you, respected Rishi? Thank you for your joining, respected Rishi. How are you, pretty? Rohan, how are you, dear Rohan? How are you, Rohan? Thank you for your joining, dear Rohan. How are you, Rohan? Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat. Evelina, how are you, dear Evelina? How are you, respected Evelina? How are you, dear Evelina? Where are you from watching? Adnan, how are you, Adnan? Thank you for your joining, dear Adnan. How are you, dear Adnan? Thank you for your joining, my dear. Oh, you are from watching USA. Thank you for watching from USA. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mevanish. Hi, Mevanish. How are you, dear Mevanish? Thank you for your joining. Portugal. Oh, thank you for your joining from Portugal. Thank you. China. Oh, thank you for your joining from China. Thank you. Thank you so much. Adil, how are you, dear Adil? Any person can send the laughing disco, guys, or do the super chat. Jaden, how are you, dear Jaden? Thank you for your joining, dear Jaden. Thank you so much, dear Jaden, for watching my screen, my dear. Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. Apio, how are you? Apio, Apo. I cannot pronounce these names. Thank you, Sally. How are you, dear Sally? Thank you for your joining. Respected Sally. How are you, Sally? Thank you for your joining, dear. Thank you so much. Please, guys, you should have to write your name in the chat, guys. You wanna send the laughing disco for my support. Hamidu, how are you, dear Hamidu? How are you, Hamidu? Thank you for your joining, dear Hamidu. A lot of love and respect for your joining, respected Hamidu. Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat, guys. A lot of love and respect for your joining. Rabbi, how are you, dear Rabbi? How are you, respected Rabbi? Thank you for your joining. Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat, guys. And yeah, you should have to write your name in the chat, guys. Ethan, how are you, dear Ethan? How are you, Ethan? You wanna send the laughing disco for my support, guys? Yeah, if you want to gift for my support, guys, you wanna send a laughing disco. Laughing disco is my favorite gift. And yeah, you should have to send in the screen. Can you write to Hur and Rabi together? Okay, I will try to write to Hur and Rabi. Hur and Rabi. Hur and Rabi. Okay, Hur and Rabi. Thank you, Hur and Rabi. Thank you for your joining, my dear. Please stay connecting with me, guys, and also to increase the likes, guys. Hello, how are you? Hello, thank you for your joining, dear. Hello, thank you for your joining. Every respected member to write your name in the chat, guys. Larry, how are you, dear Larry? Thank you so much for your joining, respected Larry. How are you, dear Larry? Lule, how are you, Lule? How are you, Lule? Thank you for your joining, dear Lule. Thank you for your joining, my dear. Thank you so much. Amelia, hi, dear Amelia. How are you, Amelia? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Amelia. Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat. Mio, how are you, dear Mio? How are you, Mio? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Mio. Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat, guys. You wanna do the super chat for my support? Candaration, hi Candaration, how are you, Candaration? Thank you so much for your joining. Arub, how are you, pretty Arub? How are you, Arub? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Arub. Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat, guys. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for your joining. Mona, how are you, dear Mona? How are you, Mona? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Mona. And Alex, how are you, dear Alex? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Alex. Ava, how are you, dear Ava? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Ava. Colleen, how are you, dear Colleen? How are you, Colleen? Caroline, hi Caroline, how are you, Caroline? Thank you for your joining, dear Caroline. Hamad, how are you, dear Hamad? Thank you for your joining, dear Hamad. Thank you for your joining, dear Hamad. Please, guys, everybody, like the screen, guys. Ramo, how are you, dear Ramo? Thank you for your joining, dear Ramo. Any person have to send the laughing disco for the support, guys. Malina, hi Malina, how are you, dear Malina? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Malina. Amiru, hi Amiru. How are you, Amiru? Marine, hi dear Marine. How are you, Marine? How are you, pretty Marine? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Marine. Kendra, how are you, dear Kendra? Any person can send the laughing disco, guys, or do the super chat. Zayan, how are you, dear Zayan? How are you, Zayan? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Zayan. Thank you, Zayan. Are you wanna going? Okay, my dear. Star, you wanna write your name, my dear? Thank you so much for you joining. Thank you so much. Thank you, Talisan. Hi, Talisan. How are you, dear Talisan? How are you, Talisan? Thank you. Felici. Hi, Felici. How are you, Felici? Thank you for you joining. Zaya, I wanna write your name, my dear. Arlo, how are you, dear Arlo? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Arlo. Sophia, hi, Sophia. How are you, Sophia? Please, everybody, do like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Samuel, how are you, dear Samuel? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Samuel. Thank you for you joining, dear Samuel. Aisha, how are you, pretty Aisha? How are you, Aisha? Thank you so much for you joining, dear. Thank you. Unknown, how are you, Unknown? Thank you so much for you joining, respected Unknown. Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for you joining, guys. Thank you. Mia, how are you, dear Mia? Thank you so much for you joining, respected Mia. Mary, hi, Mary. How are you, Mary? Thank you so much for you joining, respected Mary. How are you, Mary? Rhyme, how are you, dear Rhyme? Rhyme, where are you from watching, dear Rhyme? Any person can send the laughing disco or do the super chat, guys. Violin, how are you, dear Violin? How are you, Violin? Thank you so much for you joining, respected Violin. Mila, hi, dear Mila. Thank you for you joining, dear Mila. How are you, dear Mila? Thank you so much for you joining. Oh, thank you from watching from Algeria. Thank you. Mia, how are you, dear Mia? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Mia. Hurry up, guys. Every respected member to write your name in the chat, send the laughing disco, do the super chat for my support. If you wanna have to support on my stream, you wanna do the super chat, guys. Kari, how are you, dear Kari? Thank you so much for you joining. Hardik, how are you, Hardik? How are you, Hardik? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Hardik. Thank you so much for you joining. Adil, how are you, Adili? How are you, Adili? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Adili. Yeah, guys, you wanna do the super chat for the support, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Mirorsal, hi Mirorsal, how are you, Mirorsal? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Mirorsal. Matti, how are you, dear Manny? How are you, Manny? Thank you for you joining, dear Matty. Daria, how are you, dear Daria? Ava, how are you, dear Ava? Thank you so much for you joining, respected Ava. Mariam, how are you, pretty Mariam? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Mariam. Please, everybody, do like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Frederick, how are you, dear Frederick? How are you, Frederick? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Frederick. Asafi, how are you, dear Asafi? Any person can write the name, guys. Enia, how are you, Enia? Any person can send the laughing disco, guys. Hi, Enia. Ikem, how are you, dear Ikem? Thank you so much for you joining, respected Ikem. Leah, how are you, dear Leah? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Leah. Minha, how are you, Minha? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Minha. Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat, guys. Amy, how are you, dear Amy? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Amy. Michael, how are you, Michael? Any person can send the laughing disco, guys. Prince, hi, dear Prince. How are you, Prince? Thank you for your joining, dear Prince. How are you, Prince? Passion, how are you, dear Passion? How are you, Passion? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Passion. Thank you. Jeremy, hi, Jeremy. How are you, dear Jeremy? Arthur, how are you, Arthur? How are you, dear Arthur? Thank you so much for your joining. Neonka, how are you, Neonka? How are you, Neonka? Addie, how are you, dear Addie? How are you, Addie? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Addie. Linia, how are you, dear Linia? Thank you so much for your joining. Mira, hi, dear Mira. How are you, Mira? Thank you so much for your joining, respected Mira. Hurry up, guys, to write your name in the chat. Main, how are you, Main? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Main. Hurry up, guys. Aaron, hi, dear Aaron. How are you, Aaron? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Aaron. Loser. Vinny, how are you, dear Vinny? Thank you. Thank you, Vinny. Javohar, hi, Javohar. How are you, Javohar? Javohar, hi, Javohar. Any person can do the super chat, guys. Hi, Sari. How are you, Sari? Thank you, Sari. Karmi, hi, Karmi. Love from Israel. Hi, Kari. Kamri, Karmi, hi, Karmi. How are you, Karmi? Karmi, can you do the donation, my dear? Can you do the super chat, my dear Karmi? Fales, how are you, dear Fales? Felix, how are you, dear Felix? How are you, Felix? Amin, how are you, Amin? Carmi, can you do the super chat? Junkler, hi, Junkler. Thank you, Junkler. Thank you so much for your joining, dear Junkler. Shifa, how are you, dear Shifa? How are you, Shifa? Thank you so much, dear Shifa. How are you, Shifa? Mohit, how are you, Mohit? Thank you for your joining, dear Mohit. Hyunjan, how are you, Hyunjan? How are you, Hyunjan? Thank you. Lionel, hi, Lionel. Any person can do the super chat for my support. Thank you. Shifa, I read your name, my dear. Sechu, how are you, Sechu? How are you, Sechu? Thank you, Sechu. Oakley, how are you, Oakley? How are you, Oakley? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Oakley. Shifa, how are you, dear Shifa? Shifa, I wanna writing your name once again, Shifa. Thank you, Leonel. I write your name, Arish. How are you, dear Arish? Thank you so much for your joining, respected Arish. Hurry up, guys, to write your name in the chat. Tora Zalim, hi Tora Zalmi. Thank you so much. Welcome, dear. Any person can do the super chat, guys. Harry, how are you, dear Harry? Taylor, how are you, Taylor? How are you, respected Taylor? Thank you for your joining, dear Taylor. Mia, how are you, Mia? Peter, hi Peter, how are you, Peter? Rahul, hi Rahul, how are you, Rahul? Amelia, hi Amelia, how are you, Amelia? Thank you for your joining, dear Amelia. Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat, guys. Aris, hi dear Aris, how are you, Aris? Thank you so much for your joining. Please, and it's a request from the Ari and the lovely viewers. If you wanna can easily do the support, you wanna send the only one laughing disco, guys. Yeah, one laughing disco is enough for me for the one day, guys. Yeah, you wanna have to send a one laughing disco or fingers, guys, if you wanna as can play. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Lalo, how are you, Lalo? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Lalo. How are you, dear Lalo? Any person can send the laughing disco, guys. Thank you, Peter. I wanna write the Lalo, my dear. Thank you so much for your joining. Do double tap on the screen. Ramiz, how are you, Ramiz? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Ramiz. Anika, hi, dear Anika. How are you, Anika? Mia, hi, dear Mia. How are you, Mia? Lilu, hi Lilu, how are you, Lilu? Thank you for your joining, dear Lilu. Hurry up, guys, to write your name in the chat, guys. No, how are you, dear? No, thank you so much for your joining, respected row. Ricardo, hi Ricardo. Any person can do the super chat, guys. If you wanna can easily do the super chat, click on the money icon. You wanna make the donation for my support, guys. You should do the donation for my support, only for the support, guys. Yeah, Anis, how are you, Anis? Yeah, you wanna do the donation for my support, guys. Thank you so much for your joining, everybody. Harry, how are you, dear Harry? Milo, hi Milo. Josio, hi Josio. Thank you, Josio. Thank you for your joining. Please, guys, you wanna do the donation for my support. Jessica, hi Jessica. How are you, Jessica? Fabrics, how are you, dear Fabrics? How are you, Fabrics? Hi Fabrics, how are you, dear Fabrics? Thank you so much for your joining, respected Fabrics. Maxi, how are you? How are you, dear Emma? Any person can do the super chat for the support, guys. You wanna do the donation for the support for yeah guys. Thank you. Where are you from watching Fabrics? Where are you from watching, my dear? Malice, how are you, dear Malice? How are you, Malice? Malice, can you send the laughing disco, my dear Malice? You wanna, if you wanna, can send the laughing disco. If you wanna, can do the gifting, you wanna send the laughing disco. If you wanna, can do the super chat, you wanna do the super chat for my support. Yeah, be supportive, guys. I'm not a big host, guys. I know I'm a very small, but I have some peoples have some loyal peoples. They want to very supportive. Thank you for you joining, everybody. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for you joining, guys. Everybody have to write your name in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for you joining, respected member. Everybody to write your name, hurry up, guys. Hurry up to write your name in the chat, guys. Hurry up. Please, guys, to write your name in the chat, guys. Who is one writing the first name, guys? Who is writing the first name? Hi, Manol. How are you, dear Manol? Thank you so much for your joining. Grace, how are you, dear Grace? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Grace. Hurry up, guys. Do like and subscribe to the channel. Everybody have to write your name in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for your joining, guys. Thank you. Council, hi, dear Council. Hi, Council. How are you, dear Council? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Council. Messi, how are you, dear Messi? Nalo, hi, pretty Nalo. How are you, dear Nalo? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Nalo. How are you, dear Nalo? Thank you for your joining, pretty. Lots of love and respect for your joining, dear Nalo. Where are you from watching, pretty? Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much, pretty. Peggy, how are you, dear Peggy? Thank you so much for joining. Nellino, hi Nellino, how are you, pretty Nellino? Where are you from watching, dear Nellino? Thank you so much for you joining, my dear. Thank you. You wanna so pretty, my dear. Victoria, hi Victoria. How are you, dear Victoria? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Victoria. Sean, how are you, dear Sean? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Sean. Victoria, I'm gonna write your name, my dear. Sean, how are you, dear Sean? Thank you so much for your joining, dear Sean. Mogo, what do you write, my dear? Mogo Mogotisi. Mogotisi. What does the meaning of Mogotisi? Abhishek. How are you, Abhishek? Oh, Shayan. Okay, Shayan. Thank you, Shayan. Any person? Abhishek. How are you, Abhishek? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Abhishek. Kuge. Hi, Kuge. How are you, dear Kuge? How are you, Kuge? Any person can do the super chat, guys. Kuge. Hi, Kuge. How are you, Kuge? Thank you for you joining, dear Kuge. Nelloy, how are you, Nelloy? How are you, Nelloy? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Nelloy. How are you, pretty Nelloy? Thank you. For Miss, how are you, for Miss? How are you, for Miss? How are you, for Miss? Thank you so much for you joining, for Miss. Thank you, pretty. Subhan, hi, Subhan. How are you, dear Subhan? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Subhan. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear Subhan. So this, welcome back again. So this, how are you? So this, thank you. Emma, how are you, dear Emma? How are you, Emma? Thank you. Kellyford, hi Kellyford. How are you, dear Kellyford? Where are you from watching, dear Kellyford? How are you, dear? Any person can send the laughing disco, guys. Amelie, hi Amelie. How are you, dear Amelie? Ribat, how are you, dear Ribat? How are you, Ribat? How are you, dear Ribat? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Ribat. Thank you so much, my dear. Larry, any superhero is here to send the laughing disco, guys. Martin, hi Martin. How are you, dear Martin? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Martin. Keeney, how are you, dear Keeney? How are you, Keeney? Thank you so much for you joining. Martin, here is your name, my dear. So that's, I wanna write your name, my dear. Laura, hi Laura, how are you, dear Laura? Thank you so much for you joining, dear Laura. Cabo, how are you, dear Cabo? How are you, Cabo? Any person can send the laughing disco or do the super chat, guys. You wanna do the laughing disco for the support, guys? Yeah. You wanna send the laughing disco for the support, guys? Hurry up, guys. Mary, hi Mary. Dipesh, hi Dipesh. How are you, Dipesh? Ronaldo, hi Ronaldo. How are you, dear Ronaldo? Thank you so much for your joining. Amberly, hi Amberly. How are you, Amberly? Emmanuel, hi Emmanuel. Thank you for you joining. Peter, hi Peter. How are you, Peter? Tanny, how are you, Tanny? Hurry up, guys. Maxi, hurry, Maxi. Rishi, hi dear Rishi. How are you, Rishi? Jaden, how are you, Jaden? Chef, how are you, dear Chef? How are you, Chef? Hurry up, guys. Do like and subscribe to the channel. Please, everybody, have to write your name in the chat, guys. Mia, hi, Mia. Alma, how are you, dear Alma? How are you, Alma? How are you, Alma? Any person can do the super chat, guys. Tiki, hi, Tiki. How are you, Tiki? Junkler, hi, Junkler. Any person? Thank you, Junkler. I wanna write your name, my dear. Junkler, Riraj, hi, Riraj. Any person? Junkler, can you send a laughing disco or do the super chat for my support? Can you do a super chat, my dear? Can you make a donation for my support? You wanna make a small donation, very small donation for my support. If you wanna can easily, you wanna do it, my dear. Larry, hi Larry. Viman, hi Viman. How are you, Viman? How are you, dear Viman? Thank you for your joining, respective Viman. Harry, how are you, Harry? Seema, how are you, Seema? Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Donis, how are you, Donis? Thank you for your joining, dear Donis. Amberly, how are you, dear Amberly? Thank you, dear. Rao, how are you, Rao? Any person can do the donation, guys. You wanna send only one laughing disco for my support, guys. Yeah, you wanna send Leela, hi Leela. You wanna send a one laughing disco for my support, guys. I'll do a super chat, yeah. Yeah, guys. If you wanna can easily, guys. Madon, hi Madon. How are you, Madon? How are you, dear Madon? How are you, Madon? Any person can send the laughing disco or finger horse, guys. You wanna play a one finger horse, Madon? I wanna write your name, my dear. Who I write your name, my dear? Who? Please, everybody, to write your name in the chat. You wanna send the gift, guys. You wanna send only one gift, then I will be go off, guys. Berfin, hi Berfin. How are you, Berfin? Then I wanna go to the sleep, guys. If someone has to make a small donation. Berfin, hi Berfin. Berfin here is no. Berry 10, hi, okay, Berry 10, okay, Berry 10. Berry 10, hi Berry 10. Thank you for your joining, dear Berry 10. Thank you. Make the donation, guys. Click on the money icon to do the super chat, guys. Lolo, hi Lolo. How are you, dear? Barry Van, okay, Barry Van, Barry Van, okay. Barry Van, okay, Barry Van. Okay, Foreman, how are you, Foreman? Any person can do the donation, guys. You wanna do the donation of only a super chat you wanna do the green super chat. Leah, if you wanna can easily there. Yeah, Berivan, if you wanna can easily click on the money icon to do the super chat, green super chat, orange super chat. Yeah, Mario, hi Mario. You do a super chat, guys. Matthew, hi Matthew. Hi Matthew, how are you, Matthew? I love you, please. Raprin, okay, Raprin, okay, Raprin. Okay, Rapirin. Rapirin, Margot, I wanna write your name, Margot. Anybody can send the laughing disco, guys. Who wanna sending the laughing disco? Margot here's Messi, hi Messi. Who is going to sending a laughing disco, guys? Theo, oh Theo man, okay. Theo man, hi Theo man. Thank you, Theo man. Any person is here? Oh, Aita, okay, okay. Any person is going to the donation, guys? Taylor, hi Taylor. Oh, Taylor, okay, Taylor. Victor, hi Victor. Hi Victor, how are you, Victor? Please, guys, you wanna send the laughing disco, guys. You wanna send the laughing disco or do the super chat, guys. Click on the money icon. You wanna showing the money icon. Click on the money icon to do the super chat, guys, or send. Click on the gift icon. You wanna send the laughing disco or fingers, guys. Yeah, you wanna send the laughing disco, guys. Looks that this gift you wanna play, guys. You wanna play. You wanna play the laughing disco. Everybody click on the money and click on the gift icon. You wanna play the laughing disco, guys. You wanna send in everybody. Yeah, you wanna send in, guys. Send the laughing disco, everybody. Hurry up, guys. Hurry up, try to play, guys. Sudas, okay, Sudas. Amra, hi Amra. Anela, hi Anela. Any person, any superhero is here to do the super chat for my support. Annali, hi Annali. Amber, hi Amber. Zian, hi Zian. Someone has to try to do the super chat. Rose, hi Rose, how are you, Rose? Someone have to try. Augusto, hi Augusto. Hi Augusto. Lala, hi Lala. You wanna try to play. You wanna try to play a gift. Lala, okay. You wanna Lala, okay, Lala. Mariam, hi Mariam. Increase the likes, guys. Double tapping on the screen. Mariam, I wanna write your name. Santiago, how's Santiago? Any person, right, hi, right. Any person can send the laughing disco, guys. Any superhero, is send the laughing disco. Zarek, hi Zarek, how are you Zarek? Zara, okay Zara. How are you dear Zara? AKJ, hi AKJ. Any person can do the donation. Big Ban Zian, hi Zian. Sarah, hi pretty Sarah. Any superhero is here to send a laughing disco for the support, guys. You wanna send only a one laughing disco for the support, guys. Only one. IWK. Thank you for your joining. Hadia, hi Hadia. LWK. Hadia, hi Hadia. How are you, dear Hadia?